Hello, welcome to the program Face the Fact on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gimba, your host. Face the Fact is a program that comes to you at about this time where we look into issues on all sides: political, religion, agriculture, science and technology, all angles of life that you know that benefits humanity. Of course, the program provides that opportunity for the host to invite personalities to be with us in the studio on any edition that we discuss at all. I want to assure you this evening that I have a respected Nigerian human activist, well known across the country, in the person of Comrade Omar Liman Yalwale. It's a pleasure having you on the program this evening to talk with us on the issues that border, politics. If you look at the current relationship between the former governor of Kaduna State and the current governor of Kaduna State as well, and the president of Malam Nasir El-Rufai and the incumbent governor, Obasani, one begins to imagine what are these issues stand for and where can we go going forward, if at all we are very much ready to build a very egalitarian society. It is on this perspective, on this ground, on this note, that I feel it is important for us to invite you to be with us in the studio. But before we get started, let me just find out from you, Comrade Omar Liman Yalwale. How much do you know El-Rufai?
I have known El-Rufai for more than 10 years. And I'm very close to him this time around. But even though for the long period of time we are not much close, but this period of time we are very close to him. I used to monitor all his activities. We used to have a conversation with him, together with him, eat together, and discuss a lot of political issues and all life issues. So I know him very well, and I know the kind of person he is.
Okay. It will appear as if you say you have come to know him for a period of 10 years. That means you actively participated in his election to become the governor of Kaduna State in 2015, was it?
No, I can't say personally I participated fully in the election, actively, but I participated through social media, through awareness, through friends, because I'm not actually from Kaduna State, I'm from Jigawa State, but I am monitoring Kaduna State political activities. I stay for a little period in Kaduna State. I know what is happening there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very, very fan of Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Yes.
Maybe I should have started by asking you, can you just, what is your interest as a politician? How do you get involved in identifying yourself until you finally found him to be like somebody, your role model or your mentor, so to speak, or somebody you like listening or watching or reading about him?
Well, I have been in politics for more than 25 years. Since 1999, when I was after finishing my secondary school, I have been involved in politics in Jigawa State. Not passive politics, active politics in Jigawa State. So I used to monitor a lot of political activities because I stay in Lagos for 15 years. I used to monitor political activities in Lagos State and all southwestern state. So I have that passion to see the role model, to see the people of the caliber of people with capacity, with passion, to monitor them. So that is the way I crossed to Malam Nasir El-Rufai, and there is one of my brothers who have a very close relationship with him. He used to tell me more about him. Then I used to follow him in Twitter and Facebook. Later on, we matched together and we start having a strong relationship. Okay.
Why, if you develop that instinct of politics in you, what made you to dare to veer into human rights activities?
Yeah, I have been a human rights activist since I was in secondary school, because there is a lot of programs or drama used to be organized when we in our secondary school days. So I used to participate in that to be an advocate for human rights. Okay. So I take that fashion from the scratch. So I have been in human rights activist for a long period of time. I used to participate in many organizations and see how to help people. Oh. That is my fashion. Initially, it's my fashion before venturing into politics.
Okay. Human activism, is it for their rights or for whatever thing do you think you focus on by picking interest in fighting for humanity.
Yeah, but the most important issue I used to focus in human rights activism is about girl child's education.
Oh, okay.
So I emphasize more in girl child's education at that time because we have a lot of problems in Jigawa State. There is an issue of enrollment. There is an issue of out of school children at that time. So I used to emphasize pressure. We formed a pressure group to pressure the government to give government more details and more data to know how out of school children are and how they are living. So we have been we get a lot of improvement in terms of child enrollment in school and in terms of girl child's education. So this is also part of my passion in the activism, human rights activist. So I have been involved in election violence. So if a lot of people after election we are getting some post-election violence, so there is a lot of people who have been victimized without their own consent, or they are not part of all political actors in that conflict. So we are getting involved with people to see that all these people has not been affected and they have been freed.
Oh, okay. It's very clear that indeed you do not know Nasiru El-Rufai. You know, in a way one should really ask you questions about him.
No, you can ask me more questions about him.
I'm just imagining that, you know, as a person who is learned and widely understood the Nigerian political terrain, who monitors individuals, like in the case of Nasiru El-Rufai. You remember the last visit that Atiku paid to him in Kaduna State, where he now came out to say that Tinubu is a disgrace to Nigerian democracy. And by that reason, he doesn't really want him to continue, as a matter of fact. And if somebody comes out to say what he said, will you now say that it's actually, what he said is this an illusion of a person who is actually left behind, or somebody who actually knows basically what's going on in the Nigerian politics, that he felt Tinubu is a disgrace? Yeah,
what Nasiru have said, you know, we are in politics and we are discussing politics. All these are political actors. And they came together to discuss and they have a lasting solution to these problems. Since Tinubu and the El-Rufai, they were together before, they formed APC together, they fought together during Jonathan administration. They contested election. El-Rufai contested election as a governor of Kaduna State. Bola Tinubu was a leader of APC at that time, who helped former President Muhammadu Buhari to emerge victorious as a presidential election in 2015. So they know all what it takes to be a leader. What they are discussing now, Tinubu has failed Nigerians, not in person. He is not attacking personality of Tinubu. He is attacking Tinubu government, because the Tinubu government has brought a lot of policies that have a negative effect on Nigerians. For example, fuel subsidy removal, devaluation of Naira, floating of Naira. You see, there is a lot of inflation. There is a lot of poverty level is very high in Nigeria. Cost of transportation is very high. Inflation is very high. Unemployment is very high. The insecurity is worst ever before, like in this time around. So there is a lot of issues El-Rufai has to discuss, or has to put allegations on the Tinubu government. He is not attacking Tinubu in personal, but he is attacking Tinubu government because Tinubu government and the policies has failed Nigeria. That is the truth of the matter.
But he's equally saying that indeed Tinubu is preparing himself to become a life president. Life president in Nigeria?
Yes, it's possible.
Life president?
Yes, it's possible.
We are not Cameroonians.
Yes, no, in Nigeria it's possible.
Or either Ugandans.
Yes.
Or any other country, or Malawi, for example, somebody stays there and feels he cannot leave.
Gemba, let me tell you something. I believe Nigeria is a very complex country, heterogeneous country, country with a lot of intellectuals, a lot of good people, a lot of big politicians, human resource, everything. But the way Tinubu is ruling this country this time around, it is giving a bad signals to Nigerian government. You see, this constitutional amendment, we are all talking about.
Are you sure it's not an illusion?
No, it's not
somebody who is, you know, hallucination in literature.
Yes,
hallucination. That's somebody who is guilty. He stands there and in Angola and begins to speak to himself without anybody talking to him.
No, this is a political and the real predictions. Because the way Tinubu pocket National Assembly, the way he turned them to rubber stamped, the way he is manipulating National Assembly, there is a lot of anxiety and fear among Nigerians. Tinubu can do and undo. He can manipulate, and if he gets the chance to win the second term, he can manipulate, because this rubber stamp National Assembly, you can see Gimba, since his assumption in office, when he took power in 2023, he took the mantle of leadership of Nigeria. All executive bills, no any single executive bill has been rejected by National Assembly. They are celebrating the president. So that is what creates fear and anxiety within Nigerians.
But Tinubu is not the first person doing what you have just said, because what you are saying is a fact of a statement that indeed anybody that sits on the power like the way he is sitting will actually behave like the way he's behaving. We have passed through similar governance in our lifetime as human beings. We knew when Obasanjo was there. We knew when Yar'Adua came on board, Jonathan and Buhari. Anybody that was able to get power like the way he is, manipulated people in the way he really wanted. And I think he's not doing anything far more than any other person for you to think that he's likely to become a life president like any other.
Let me tell you something, Jimba. Yes. Since from
then I will narrow you down. I will narrow you down to El-Rufai himself, who then was the governor of Kaduna State for solid 8 years. Is there anything that Tinubu is doing that he didn't do in his own state?
There is a lot of things.
Okay, you will tell us, but continue from where I asked you.
But let me set some background on this issue.
I wouldn't mind. Go ahead, sir.
From 1999, when there is transfer of power from military government to civilian government in 1999, Obasanjo took power. We see the level of battles, disagreement, misunderstanding, political struggle between Obasanjo and the National Assembly. We see the way Chubo Okadibo fought Obasanjo, the way Obasanjo is fighting Chubo Okadibo, the way Obasanjo removed Wabara, Chubo Okadibo brought Ahim Pius Ahim. After Ahim Pius Ahim, we see the battle between Wabara and the Obasanjo. We see the third term drama, and we see the struggle between former Speaker Galina Abba and the Obasanjo. There is a lot of disagreement and the agreement within between executive arms of government and the legislative arm of government. If you come back to Umar Musa Yar'Adua era, there is an issue of transfer of power. You see how vibrant, how formidable legislators we have at that time. They made a doctrine of a doctrine of necessity. They transfer power from Umar Musa Yar'Adua to Jonathan. This we are talking about what? Legislators who are independent. During Jonathan time, you see the fight between Tambuwal and Jonathan. Tambuwal was a speaker then. You see the battle, you see the struggle, you see the disagreement. You saw all this disagreement and the struggle there. We saw everything at that time. When Buhari took over in 2015, we saw the struggle, disagreement between Speaker Dengo Yakubu Dogara and the Bukola Saraki. This is showing you there is a political independence of executive and the legislature. But now, legislators, they are not independent. They are rubber-stamped. They are puppet of presidency. This Senate President, Gusmil Opabio, and Tajuddin Abbas, they are answerable to the president. They are not answerable to Nigerians. So that is what creates anxiety and fear to all Nigerians. If this man get the opportunity to be re-elected for the second term, he can manipulate and he can do and undo.
Okay, let me ask you, is there anything different that the present administration is doing that everybody didn't do? And what is the fourth line? What's the fourth line of Obasani, the current governor of Kaduna State, that he's fighting him almost to a standstill?
Yeah, we saw, Gimba, let me tell you something. The frozen relationship between Obasani and the governor and the Malam Nasiru El-Rufai stems from just political betrayal. This is a normal attitude of northern politicians when they grab power. All political power holders in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, they just get intoxicated easily with power. They just get intoxicated easily with power. And if they were intoxicated with power, they misbehave. They can attack. They can be like hunters, like hungry lions. So this is the behavior of a lot of northern politicians. It's a betrayal. El-Rufai and the Obasani, what is the scenario that is happening between them is a absolute betrayal. Let me quote you first. Obasani betray Malang. Let me quote you.
Okay.
Let me quote some statements. This is not him, Obasani, he's the one who said it. There is a lot of videos circulating in the social media when he is testifying the level of help and the kind of gesture Malang do for him. He is pointing out when they were in BPE to FCT and to Kaduna, all he mentioned, he narrate all the issues, all the relationship. He even told Nigerians that Malang was instrumental in his life. He told us that Malang helped him to save his investment. When Malang was in exile, during Jan Umar Musa Adwa administration, he told Nigerians that he made some investment in Dubai. When there is a policy changes in Dubai in terms of economic investment, he was running to lose his investment. But unfortunate for him, when Malang came back, he complained to Malang, and the Malang go and look for money for him, and save his investment. This is the first gesture he has done for him. The second one, he said Malang allocated land for him in Metama and the villa. Malang helps him to develop that land. Malang took him to Obasanjo to appoint him as an advisor. Malang gave him political advisor when he was a governor in Kaduna State, and the Malang made him his successor. I think so. Malang is the third. After his God and his parent, Malang must be his third person, the most important instrumental person in his life.
Okay, let me ask you this question. If you think those things you have not mentioned are the reasons as to why he's fighting the current governor because he failed him, let me ask you this question. At the time when El-Rufai indicated interest to campaign to become the governor of Kaduna State in 2015, you know very well that indeed the popular politician that we had there in Kaduna State was Senator Suleiman Hunkuyi.
Yes.
Senator Suleiman Hunkuyi was the person that first mentioned that Nasiru El-Rufai should be the person to become the governor of Kaduna State, and wrote his name, and they sat in his own house in Kaduna to decide that he should become the person that will carry the ticket to win the election in APC. And by the time he succeeded in doing whatever he should do for him, Nasiru El-Rufai, by the time he succeeded to become the governor of Kaduna State, went to that house where they sat and pulled that house down, and the house belonged to Senator Suleiman Hunkuyi, and started fighting him and removed him from the ambition to return to Senate the second time around. So if you are thinking of betrayal in a political scenario, I think he's not the first person receiving betrayal. Like, he too did it to some other persons, and I think some other person will still be doing it to some other persons going forward. So I don't think that's the reason he would fight him. I'm almost destabilizing the formation of the state going forward.
No, Gimba, let me clarify something about this issue. First, Malang El-Rufai was a founding father of APC. He was a national figure in the party. Hunkuyi was not a national figure, was a state figure in the party. In Kaduna. Let me tell you something. Malang is the one who brought APC structure from national level to state level. So in that instant, he is the one who owns the party, not Hunkuyi. He is the one who owns the party. I know in the politics there is alignment and the realignment. You can help me, I can help you.
Yes, but let me correct that impression. Hunkuyi, before Nasiru El-Rufai would become a politician the way he became, he wasn't a politician, he was a technocrat. That was his calling.
Yes.
It's only that when he felt it was important, he made an alliance with Buhari and other persons now to become the governor the way he became.
Yes.
But Hunkuyi, as a teacher, He abandoned teaching, got himself into politics, and almost becoming nearly everything, fighting any governor that was not doing right then, until when his short interest was at that time to become the senator, which actually became. And Nasiru did not allow him to come back the second time.
Yes.
Pull down his house.
Yes,
so is it because
that is why I am giving you the background.
For the fact that he brought the party to the stage, he cannot do anything.
No.
And so
you are telling me that Hunki is the one who helps Malang to become a
suggested his name out of so many.
No, it's not matter of suggestion. The party was owned by Malang. He is the one who brought party from national level to state level.
If he brought the party out
Hunki, Shehu Sani and the others, they are all, I agree, they are part and the parcel of APC who have contributed a lot in what? In winning the election in Kaduna State. But we know Kaduna State is the strongest hold of Buhari. El-Rufai is the political song of Buhari. Buhari is the one who pursued El-Rufai to go and contest as a Kaduna State governor. That is the initial issue. Secondly, the issue of betrayal we are talking between El-Rufai, Malang El-Rufai and the Hunki. Malang, he must, no matter how, Malang has to deal with them because they are senators from Kaduna. When Malang came on board, there is a lot of challenges, financial challenges in Kaduna. He need money to develop infrastructure, education, health, and make a lot of reforms in Kaduna State. And they are in short of finances at that time. So they came together and discussed we need loan from World Bank so that we can facilitate this loan to implement a lot of reforms in Kaduna State. When Malang established that bill, they send it to National Assembly. They are asking for National Assembly for approval. Obasani, Shehu Sani was then a senator of Kaduna Central. Suleiman Hunki was a senator of Kaduna North. And Dila was a senator of Southern Kaduna. Yes. They come together, they collaborate, they march together, and they fought that loan procured for Kaduna. They make Malang to survive and struggle for that 3 years, looking for finances to make reforms in Kaduna State. That is the initial stage. Issue of demolition. El-Rufai Hunki built his house based on Malang policies in terms of urban renewal and urban planning development programs in Kaduna State.
On a wrong place.
Yes, in the wrong place. He was affected by demolition. So this is not my own assertion. This is said by Malang, and I am guiding my statement on what happened.
I understand. Comrade Umar Liman, I would want you to still come back on a larger forum so that I'll be able to take you on different issues. Okay. Your interest in human activism and issues related to politics, knowing you very well, so that those who are watching us will know basically who Umar Liman
Lamin.
Lamin.
Yes, Elema.
Yes, Elema.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry for not getting the name correctly. So that's the way it's supposed to be. I really appreciate you for taking time to be with us, and I enjoyed discussing with you, I must tell you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Time is no longer on our side.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Well, I believe you are vibrant and you are ready to say much, but time is no longer there.
Yes, but Gimba, just give me 1 second.
Just 1 second, I wouldn't mind if it would be very fast.
Yes, because Malang, if you go and see the records are there. Obasani, Governor Obasani has come out publicly criticizing Malang policies, criticizing debt legacies of Malang, and he was instrumental for facilitating that loans in National Assembly when he was a senator, Obasani. And he directed the State Assembly to form a ad hoc committee to investigate the finances, the loans, and the contract awarded under Malang. Yeah. And he's a part of that government.
Okay.
So what I think Malang Obasani is a puppet of some forces in the villa.
That's your opinion.
Yes.
That's your opinion.
Yes.
But if any other person comes around and tells us basically how Sani is, you will usually hear a different ball game.
Yeah, anybody has a good side and the bad side. Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Umar.
Thank you.
Let me feel you.
Thank you, Mr. Gimba.
Thank you so much.
I'm very, very much impressed. Thank you for having me.
This place is yours. Anytime you feel you can make your political ideologies known, always come to Global TV. We stand there. We are watched all over the world and nationally as well, because we're on DSTV, 360, and all the social platforms you know on earth.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Gimba. Well, that's about the size of the program. Face the Facts on Global TV. My name is Topsy Gimba. My guest was Omar Liman.
Lamin Eleman.
Lamin. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Lamin Elema.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you greatly.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Big Talk comes your way as soon as possible. Stay tuned.